Hi everyone, this is Calhoun Ganju. I'm a senior liaison for Team E.
Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Tenzin Staring. I'm a senior liaison for Team A.
So we're just going to give you a brief overview of how to how to basically do the FY21 allocation and the process. Bear with us. This is the first time we're doing this, so hopefully it runs smoothly. But if you have any errors in here, we apologize. So let's get started. So we're basically going to start with our mission. The Student Activity Fee Allocation Committee exists to support and basically our goal is to recognize student organizations and student life all the possible allocations we can for them to basically support their mission and the educational purpose of Drexel University. At the same time, SAFAC oversees many other funding opportunities such as the annual allocation, which is what this is, and then conference funding, and then also the Good Idea Fund. So we're here basically with unbiased funding. We're making unbiased funding decisions to represent the interest of the undergraduate students and just to enhance campus life and support the mission again, as I said. Who we are, we're 36 selected undergraduate students ranging from freshman to senior, from colleges, different colleges, from engineers to data science to finance. We're all over the spectrum. And at the same time, we are responsible for the 350 student organizations, 36 club sports, and 34 fraternities and sororities. So we do have a lot of work for the small amount of people we have in this organization. So if we are slow to respond, that is a reason, but we try to do our best to respond as quickly as possible. We want to prevent and minimize rollover. Our job is to basically give you as much possible funding we can, and then it does not go to waste. That's our goal. So we encourage responsible spending and fundraising. So please, we really encourage fundraising because that money is yours and you can spend it however you like. You're not restricted to any SAFAC guidelines. And at the same time, we want to improve the process and have a lot of transparency, make sure you're aware of the changes and provide the best customer service we can, and basically be there to help you with all of your issues. And we just want to enhance the relationship you have with us and just make it easier for you to understand this process and get as much funding as possible every year. So as a liaison, my responsibility is to basically, we will contact you and within a few days and give you basically our email information where you can email us asking us any questions you have. We're there to advise you, and we're there to advocate for you come allocation season. So we want to get to know your organization. We want to know what you want the money for and what you want and why you want it, basically. So we, as senior liaisons and liaisons in general, can advocate for you to the entire board when it's allocation time. And we will also contact you with your final award letter as well. We are here to help you, so please reach out if you have any questions regarding any of this process. Keep in mind, we always expect budget decreases. We just have many orgs coming in and new orgs every year, so our budget necessarily does not increase. So we want to basically try our best to see if you can apply for the same amount, if not less, for what you did for last year, which is fiscal year 20. We want to cut expenses where we can, and we do that in our organization, and we hope you do that in your organization as well. And just please, if you can, utilize other sources like the Good Idea Fund and then other schools that give out grants, and also if you can get grants from the state, federal government, that would be very helpful. So a few guideline changes we have. Groups are now becoming teams. So there's teams ranging from teams A to teams E. You will all be assigned a team, and then they would have a senior liaison and a bunch of liaisons that you can email and get to meet and talk to them about any issues you're having or any questions you have. We are also restructuring grades. We added a grade 6, so it's a new cap and a new grade. And we have balanced the other grades out too, just when we are restructuring this process. So a quick refresher.
All right, guys, so things that we don't fund are essentially they can be found in the Store for Free or the Student Organization Resource Center, which is found in the basement of Crease. So things like the Xbox, the Wii, the die cutter letters, block paper, projectors, popper machines, all the other machines, you can essentially be found in the sort. It's good. You can go next. Items we don't fund that are against our guidelines are conferences. You can see conference funding for that, flights, international travel, domains, websites, tobacco, renting, lodging, and especially taxes. Drexel itself is tax exempt, so anything with taxes on there, we won't be funding. Grades 1 and 2. So everything you need to know about SAFAC to get money, honestly. To be eligible for grade 1 or 2 funding in fiscal year 21 is essentially everything on the screen. You just take a look at that real quick. Yep. And then, so for guidelines for grade 1, so we have these expense category breakdowns. So for food and beverages for grade 1, 40%, which would be 500, promotional 10%, on-campus events 100%, and operational 50%. But do keep in mind your total request cannot exceed 1,250, and that goes for guideline grade 2. Your total request cannot exceed 2,500.
The caps are all the
Yep.
same for both. Just
Yep. For grades 3 and 6, same procedure. We're just gonna go through those right now. So this is what you need to be eligible for grade 3 funding in fiscal year 21. All right, so guidelines for grade 3, it's a bit different. We now have off-campus events and competitions. So these percentages, these caps are as listed below, but as we've mentioned before, the total request you can't exceed is 5,000 for grade 3. So now what changes for grade 4 and 4 to 6 is that to be eligible for grade 4 to 6 funding in fiscal year 21, the thing is you must submit a 1-page document that outlines your organization's impact on campus. So essentially an impact paper. So that's something very important for your organization to get full funding to meet the requirements.
And also you must meet with the liaison group. That's also one of the other that distinguishes for grades 4 to 6 that you must meet with the liaison group.
So essentially any one of us, so any senior liaisons like either me or Cal, you have to meet with us to comply and get full funding. So for grade 4s and grade 5, so for grade 4, the total request shall not exceed 10,000, and for grade 5, it shall not exceed 20,000. And for grade 6, it shall not exceed 40,000.
As you can see, the caps are pretty much basically the same.
Yep.
Food and beverage 40%, and then on campus and
pretty much
events is almost 100% always.
So a grade 4 to 6 requirement, your application must be reviewed by a member of your assigned liaison team, like we mentioned before you're eligible to submit your application. Failure to comply will result in a dropped grade level. All liaison meetings are appointment based, no more office hours. So make sure you have your group liaison email to schedule an appointment. So if you reach out to either senior liaison in your group or general liaison, they'll help you out. So these bold conferences, essentially bold conferences for the 2020 to 2021 recognition process. All incoming presidents, vice presidents, treasurers, and event coordinators must attend one of these conferences. Other members are welcome as well, but officers will be uploaded to the Blackboard training modules this week after attending a conference.
So now let's apply, and our application and all necessary documents are on Dragon Link. So please pay attention so you know how to work through Dragon Link. So how to find the new application, you may ask? It's basically you have to go to SAFAC's Dragon Link page, go to forms, and then FY21 SAFAC application for funding is what you have to click on. So inputting your org's general information, you must have access to the web finance in order to complete this section. And you must make sure that you're either you're the VP, president, treasurer, or event coordinator, because that's the only people who should have access to web finance and know the ins and out of that. So let's just go to this video. Oh, this is new, guys, bear with me. So as you can see, please type up SAFAC, and once you click on that, you can go to the forms, click on FY21, it should say, and then once you go in there, you hit next and just fill out all the information, like all the information that you need, what you are, what organization, category, organization name, the president's email, treasurer's name, treasurer's email, all this information needs to be filled out. So we have all that, so we can reach out and give award letters and all that stuff, and know it's being received to the right person. You will also need to know your total expense in your 17 and 19 account, so make sure you have access to that as well.
So this is a little outdated, so it doesn't say the right years, but it'll be updated when you guys check it on the website.
Next. So basically, we actually read this. We really want to get to know your organization well, and we want you to put the time and effort in to basically answer all these questions. And we wish that you provide the most as much detail as possible, because when we are going on allocation day, we look through the org and we look at how much they have asked us, and we look through what their basically impact on campus is. We look at all this category, we look at their mission statement to make sure that what we're funding is actually going towards their mission, and it's not something we're funding that is outside of the mission aspect. And yeah, please be, every item must be mission specific. So expense requests. For each expense category, there must be broken down and explained in it. So the cost must match up on each page and your Excel breakdown in PDF. So I'm going to show you this video. Hopefully it'll explain a little better. So this is basically showing all the information. You have to fill out your expense requests, and attach the files in here, as well as have a description and explain your general impact of your organization. Your total operating expense, your on-campus event expense description. All this is basically saying you've asked for this much money, and now please explain to us why you need such items, and it costs this much. So please just fill out this so we know why you need those and make sure it is aligning with your mission. And these are just all the things that you'll have to fill out. And just like have a brief overview of, hey, we wanted pizzas for every general body meeting because that tends to get more people involved. And then if you have other categories like competition, please just explain the competition and where you're going. At the end, this is a list. So basically, this is asking you, let me scroll back a little bit. This right here is asking you to categorize the most important being number 1 to the least important number 6. So if for any reason there is any budget decreases and there are cuts being made, we will make sure we fund completely the most important in your list, and try not to cut at all. But if there are, we will only look at the least, then go up. And every year we usually have a 10% fundraising and a 75% spending requirement, but due to the circumstances we are in, we're waiving that for this year. And yeah, and then keep going through the application and fill it out to the best of your ability. Also, please just wait. Right before you do that, you need to know what grade you are. So to understand that, please go on to Dragon Link and click on your specific organization. Make sure it's your specific organization. For this instance, I'm going into SAFAC because it's basically the same aspect, just your specific organization. You have to go to let me go back a little bit. You have to go to Managing Organization right here. And once you're in, you can see it. You have to scroll down, or on the left, you can see go to Documents. And then you would have a SAFAC folder. And in that SAFAC folder, sorry, it's being weird. Let's start from there. On your SAFAC folder, once you go in, you can see FY21 allocation information, and whatever year it is, you can see the information on there and see the grade as shown right here, and you'll be able to see what grade you are in here. So make sure you have this access before you apply it, so you are applying for the correct grade. So now just navigating Dragon Link, where to find the documents to attach. Let's do that real quick. We're going to go to the SAFAC Dragon Link page, scroll down and go all the way down to Documents, View All Documents, and then click on, it's going to be FY21. Make sure, I don't think 20 should be there, but it's the outdated one, so bear with me. And go to Grade Breakdown Templates. Add that your specific grade, that is what you should choose, and download that, please. And then the same thing you have to do for each document. So it's going to be for the expense and then you have to make another example. Oh wait, right here. So view all documents, coming out notification, and then grade expense breakdown. That's where you have to go. Sorry about that. Computer's being a little weird. Okay. Don't forget, the final checklist is only to check off things you have done. Any form forgotten or completed incorrectly would result to no funding, or so go back, double check, make sure all this is done correctly. And then specifically for grades 5 and 6, you have to have an attached as an impact paper.
All right. So for reviewing submission, when you're finished, make sure you fully review it and then press submit. Once submitted, your application will be pending. As your liaisons review applications, they will approve them, which means they've downloaded it and currently under review. Keep in mind, there's only a certain number of us. We were like 36 members, so it might take a while, but we'll try to do it as fast as possible. You can review your submitted application by going to the top right of your DragonLink page and clicking your name icon and then pressing submissions. Do keep in mind that this form does not allow multiple submissions. So if you need to resubmit of your application, essentially before the deadline, please email SAFAC president at drexel.edu and CC SAFAC president at drexel.edu explaining your situation. So these are what the expense request breakdowns look like. Yeah. And
so basically, the last one was for grade 1, and this one's for grade 3. They look the same, but the number value and how much your caps are obviously different.
All right. So what Cal mentioned before was supporting documents so you guys get funding. These are essentially what acceptable supporting documents that we look at. It showcases the website, lowest unit price, the image of the item, as competitions, that it's tax exempt and whatnot. Without this, we can't fund you guys.
Yeah, but make sure they're aligned with the Excel breakdown as well. And this, if I'm correct, it has to be a PDF. So please make sure it's a PDF. We don't take.
PDFs are your best friend. Yep.
Yes, because we've had a lot of issues with the size and the font. So make sure it's really easily visible and we can see it properly. So there's a video.
All right, so this is like a perfect example of what we're looking at. So quiz packs, $149, can be easily visible on supporting documents sheet. Right after that, room reservations, easily shown over there. So this is essentially what it should look like for when we're examining.
And then the last thing is basically off-campus event is taco fundraiser, and this is just a specific event that they have.
Keep in mind to use the correct template for your grade. There are different templates from grades 1 to 2, and then 3 to 6. So.
Yep. As well as make sure this final submission is the supporting docs is as a PDF, just to alleviate any issues of viewing it and getting to be able to see the unit prices and every information correctly. Okay. Tenzin, you got this?
I got it. So procedures, no approval is needed to move down a grade. You can essentially just ask to be moved down a grade and we'll give it to you. If you do not apply for funding this year, your grade will be evaluated the following year. Request SAFAC files and documentation for your organization at SAFAC historian at drexel.edu and CC SAFAC president at drexel.edu and SAFAC vice president at drexel.edu. Give yourself and your liaisons time to review your application. Like I said, there's only a certain number of us, so we're trying our best to help out. We have 350 plus organizations to work with and so forth. Do not ask your liaisons the day of the application submission to review your application. Honestly, why wait till the last minute? Try to get it in beforehand. Once allocated, money must be spent within the specified expense category, so you cannot exceed anything. Your limits. Next steps essentially are read over the guidelines, navigate SAFAC DragonLink page yourself, reevaluate your mission, review your finance needs, decide as an organization what to request, and reach out to your liaison teams. So gist is really that DragonLink is your best friend. Download application materials and submission on DragonLink. Download your Excel grade breakdown and complete it. So right below that is what you need. Download the supporting documents template and complete it. Complete the application as required, following the guidelines and instructions, and then submit your application by May 13, 2020 at before 11:59 p.m. Please note that you will receive. Oh, you're good.
Sorry.
Please note that you will receive a confirmation email stating that your application has been received. If you do not get a confirmation email, please contact SAFAC Vice President at outlook.com and CC SAFAC Vice President at outlook.com. Immediately to resolve the issue. Applications not submitted by the deadline will not be accepted.
Again, it's actually Drexel. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
It's at drexel.edu.
Yeah, thank you. Please note you will receive a confirmation email immediately after submitting the application stating your application has been received. If you not, like I said, if you don't receive a confirmation email, contact these guys.
Please just visit us on DragonLink and submit your application, view and download the expense breakdown and supporting docs templates just to have examples and see the right way to do this, because if you do it correctly, it'll make our lives easier and it'll allow you to get the most amount of money possible to help your organization achieve your goals. View our constitution and bylaws and our guidelines. Please be aware of them and get to know them, and apply for membership if you want. Sorry, it's a plug right here. We are here to serve you. We're trying to really focus on customer service this year, and we're trying our best to provide the best service we possibly can. So basically, we're going to send, liaison teams are going to send an email out to each organization in the next coming days, and they'll send you basically an email basically telling you the team names and who are in each team, and so you can reach out to them with any questions you have. Again, we are here as a resource, so please just email us if you have any questions, and if you need any help, we will find ways to communicate and help you as much as possible. Follow us on Instagram, please. It's Drexel SAFAC. Turn on notifications.
Follow us too.
Follow us on Instagram, and we basically post any information, deadline changes, and also you can contact us through there. Application for FY21 are due when, Tenzin?
May 13, 2020 at 11:59 p.m.
No exceptions. No exceptions, no appeals. Please make sure you have it done by that time. And we just would like to thank you. And if you have any questions, please email your liaisons, but also the emails we've given SAFAC President and SAFAC Vice President, you can email them as well. I know this is much different than what you guys are used to, and it's definitely different than what we're used to. We're trying our best, and we're trying our best to give you guys the best we can. And we just want to thank you, and also just stay safe and be healthy.
Stay healthy.
Hopefully see you summer term. All right. Thank you, guys.
Peace.